did wrong, but there it is. That's how it stands. And Ma Yanhong missing from the line-up there. Now that seems to me as if the Chinese must have decided that they're so upset with that mark, they're refusing to take part in the ceremony. They did this in the European Championships earlier this year, in the World Student Games, in Romania. But there it is, Maxi now first. Maxi winning it with that 10. The Chinese thinking that Ma Yanhong should at least have shown it. There's Ma Yanhong's name. They've announced her, but she's not there. And again, the whistle from the crowd and the embarrassed look from the girls who can't give away their glassware. So first Maxi, second Ma Yanhong.
Piece of apparatus after that very controversial ending to the asymmetric bars. Chen Wyang starting her beam routine with quite an original mount. She was rather wobbly in the team championships. Let's see if she can find her stability and look for a medal.
Interesting that the Chinese have obviously decided that they're going to go through with these apparatus finals, despite that protest over Ma Yanhong's mark in the asymmetric bars, because Chen Wyang has come out to perform. Must be difficult for her, Monica, because these things affect the whole team.
Oh yes, it has an emotional effect on them, but it's pleasing to see that they treat it as history, and they've got to get on with the championship. In the routine, we're looking for 2 movements of superior difficulty, because this is a class 3, an international final championship. But they must also show basic jumps and leaps. A little wobble there, but and again. She's got most of her difficulty over with. Now she's coming up to the dismount. Cartwheel, double twisting back somersault in a puck position. A little tidier than she performed before.
There, that very unusual spin on top of the beam, this back work. And there's her score, 9.7. 9.7 for Chen Wyang.
Now approaching the beam, Davidova. Let's see if she can get in amongst those gold medals today. They've eluded her so far. She really has to concentrate. And it's such a pity, because she's such a beautiful gymnast.
Davidova really needing a very good exercise here, because she's 0.075 adrift. She's got to outscore Filatova by at least a mark.
Oh, and she's off, and not on a high difficult movement either, only on a medium difficult movement. And another wobble. She must recover. She must grab hold of herself.
What a disappointing championship she's having. You can hear the crowd reaction. They're so knowledgeable. They watch this girl perform probably hundreds of times, and they really know that something's very wrong for her, because she's the most consistent performer usually in the Russian team.
A better dismount than before. We saw her stumble on that. I think that the Russian crowd must unnerve her, because they do show their discontent towards her when she falls off.
There's her straddle balance. And her score, 9.9. Sorry, 9.15.
Now Filatova has to try to better Davidova's performance. Maria Filatova, the senior member of the Soviet team, trying hard to set an example to the younger performers. Maria is a most positive performer. She always looks delightful, and the look on a gymnast's face gives away exactly how much tension they are feeling. And Maria does tend to be able to disguise this by almost a plastic grin. Oh dear.
I don't think I've ever seen two Russian girls fall off the beam in the same competition, Monica.
Yes, I think that we've probably seen the poorest beam work in this championship as regards falling and lack of concentration, but the crowd, of course, has been very, very reactive. 18,000 sets of eyes on these girls at the moment.
Now building up to the end of her routine, flick-flack, double pike-back somersault. She did that beautifully, but no good at all because that fall has to cost her at least 0.5. And that score just come up for Latova, only 9.3. Davidova, remember...
Now really gives a chance to Tracy Tala, and she looks very, very businesslike as she starts her routine. Tracy has a very, very original routine. She's got lots of intricate movements that not many of the performers have demonstrated on this piece of apparatus. We've seen one medal for America on the asymmetric bars. Just let's see if we can see another on beam.
She's already seen her fellow American, Julian McNamara, really falter because she came into this competition, remember, leading, and that's the one American gone, so she's now...
And that was a super movement. Men's pummel work on beam, and this is something new in this championship. The whole routine has been positive, finishing with a full twist, I beg your pardon, full twist somersault to finish. A very business-like routine. The speed at which she performed it showed her confidence. A good score for Tracy, 9.7, and that should surely take America into the medals again.
Yes, leaves us still behind Chen Wyang of China. And here's Maxi now. Now, could she possibly make it a third? She goes into the final exercise, second after the preliminaries.
On this routine, Maxi only needs 9.65 to tie for the first place. But she really needs a higher score to be sure of that gold medal.
Providing she lands everything securely, it really looks as if they've handed it to her on a plate. There's one wobble. She can't afford too many of them.
Not always the easiest situation to get onto a piece of apparatus knowing that you haven't got to do an awful lot to win.
Confidence growing now.
A double twisting back somersault to finish. A very, very confident routine by Maxi. That must surely give